is Tori and I'm a Winnie the Pooh collector from the UK. I haven't even got into the video yet and she's already doing this. You know what? I'm just going to put her away in the bottom drawer so she can't hear us. Take two. Hello there, my name is Tori and I'm a Winnie the Pooh collector from the UK. And today's video I literally only thought of like 20 minutes ago. Basically, a TikTok I posted yesterday just kind of blew up and it's still just kind of going a bit crazy. And it was like a TikTok trend where it's like this and then you say what it is. And the video that I used for the TikTok was me pouring honey over the Pooh toast that you get at Pooh Corner Hartfield. And whenever I share TikToks about Pooh Corner, I get so many questions about it. So I thought I'd sit down today. I've made some key points on my phone of things that I quite often get asked about. And I thought I could just sit here and just give you some what you need to know before you go. In case you didn't know, Pooh Corner is a little cafe museum in Hartfield, Sussex, which is in the south of the UK, not too far from London. It's on the edge of the Ashdown Forest, which is what A.A. Milne based the 100 Acre Woods on, so it is the real life 100 Acre Woods. And it's become a really big landmark for like Disney fans, Winnie the Pooh lovers, sightseers in general. It's world famous, lots of people come to England specifically for that, or people make sure to put it into their UK visits. And it's something I do get asked a lot about on like TikTok and Instagram, because as I'm sure you know, I am a bit of a regular there. Not as often as I would like, because it is like a 2.5 hour drive for me. I do kind of make the habit of going like 3 times a year, like quarterly visits. If it wasn't like so far away, you bet I would be going much more often. So yeah, like roughly like 3 times a year I head down and I do the whole thing. The walk in the woods, the cafe, you have to do it all. No matter if you've been there before or not, you have to do it all. So I do get asked a lot of questions about it, because for a lot of people, obviously being in the south of England, it's quite far away for a lot of people. A lot of people make travel especially to it. So with me being a bit of a regular there, I do get asked quite a lot of questions. So that is what this video will hopefully cover. Before we get into all the things that I think you need to know before you go, I think it would be just interesting for you to know some like history bits behind Pooh Corner and why it's so significant to Winnie the Pooh. Obviously, as I've already said, the Ashdown Forest is what A.A. Milne based the 100 Acre Woods on. That is the forest where Christopher Robin used to go playing with his toys. There is many things in the forest that you do need to see that obviously we'll get into. So obviously that's quite a well-known fact that is the real life 100 Acre Woods, but I don't think what a lot of people realise is that Pooh Corner, the cafe, gift shop, that place, that building is actually significant as well. If you go to Pooh Corner, I think it is on their menus. I think they've got like little fact bits on their menus that does state that building was like a sweet shop, bakery, that sort of shop, and little Christopher Robin would go in there and buy sweets and all sorts. So that building itself does directly link in to the Winnie the Pooh story. And when you go to Pooh Corner, do pay attention for this, because the owners of it have paid like a little honour to that it used to be a sweet shop that Christopher Robin used to go to. And when you go up to the counter to pay for your food, for whatever you brought in the gift shop, the counter underneath it is like an old style sweet shop. They've got like loads of little like old school style sweets and bags of sweets and bowls of sweets and things like that, just as a little like nod to what the shop was originally, for what Christopher Robin would have known it as. Also, I think I did mention this when I did my room tour video, because I pointed out that I've got a postcard of the building. On the outside of the building, everyone has their pictures in front of like the front door, because you've got like the sign and it looks all pretty. But one thing that you do need to just kind of like take in when you're walking past, so you've got the front door, which is actually the exit. They've got like a one-way system. You've got the front door, which is like the main door, but when you're looking at the building, you've got the front door, you've got the 2 like display windows either side. The window to the left, there's like a little door next to it before you get to the garden entrance, which is the way you go in. You'll notice that there is another door. That is the original door from 100 plus years ago that Christopher Robin would have used to go into the sweet shop. And what's quite interesting, they didn't know that door was there until lockdown happened and they had to shut down the cafe, and they were doing some renovation work on the building, and that door had been hidden behind some plastering wall. Obviously at some point during the building's history, people had renovated it and they'd covered that door, and the current owners of Pooh Corner rediscovered that door during lockdown, and that is the door that Christopher Robin would have gone through. So yeah, if you are a big like history fan and interested in like Winnie the Pooh history as I am, those are just a couple of things that not many people like know and like pay attention to. I just think you should keep in mind for when you're visiting. They've rediscovered the original door that Christopher Robin would have gone through, and then when you're inside there's the sweet shop counter just to pay a little honour to Christopher Robin going in there buying sweets. Okay, now I have got 4 points that I want to talk about, which is what I mainly get asked about. Knowing me, I'll probably go off on side tangents during this, but I'll try my best to stick to my list. Number one, the thing that you'll come across first when you get there is parking. So parking for actual Pooh Corner is the hard part. It is on the high street of Hartfield and there's no official car park for Pooh Corner. If, like me, you're not good at parallel parking, it's going to be a little bit of a nightmare, because that is pretty much what you need to do to go to Pooh Corner. It's all parallel parking along the road. I do think on the far side of Hartfield there might be like a community centre car park which some people do park in. I've never parked there. I always just keep driving up and down the road until a space opens up. So yeah, I can't exactly guarantee you that there is going to be parking elsewhere in Hartfield. I haven't particularly looked, but I have heard people say they're parked in like a community centre or something like that. Yeah, a little bit of an awkward one, and it is fairly hard to park in the high street because one, it's one of the UK's most popular tourist attractions, so that you get people from all over the UK, all over the world coming to Pooh Corner, and Hartfield is a small village. So you got that already, and obviously you've got people that live in the village, other businesses in the village. You're all trying to parallel park on this one street. So yeah, good luck with that. And then when it comes to the actual forest, the Ashdown Forest, so you can walk from the cafe to the forest. You can do that. I've never done that. Or there is 2 car parks that you will need. There's Pooh's car park, which is like the main one. This is the car park you will need to go down to Pooh Bridge. And then further up the road there's Piglet's car park. This doesn't look as official because it's like just kind of like on the side of the road, but there is a little sign that says Piglet's car park to look out for. Now, I haven't been up to Piglet's car park in a while because the local council have caught wind of it being a popular location, and they have now put a car park ticket box there. So you need to pay to park, which just feels so cheeky. It's been free parking for so long, and now the local council have put a little box there that you have to pay to park. It's really cheeky, but it is what it is. Whereas Pooh's car park, which is like the main car park people go to, is still free. Please keep it that way, Hartfield Council, please. You can obviously park in the Pooh Bridge car park and walk to the other destinations. It is quite a long walk. I do know people that have done it, and it is quite a nice walk if you do it on a nice day, but it is a very long walk, so just be warned. I do know some people that park in the Pooh Bridge car park and then walk down to the cafe and then walk back up to the Piglet car park area, which we'll go through in a minute what is at Piglet's car park. So yeah, you can do that, but it is a long walk. Point number 2 is the actual cafe. This is what I get a lot of questions on. I think my most asked question that I get asked about Pooh Corner is, do they take reservations? Can you pre-book and stuff like that? Simple answer, no you can't. They only take reservations if you are booking an afternoon tea, and that does have to be booked up in advance. I think you can do that like on their website, but other than that they don't take bookings. You can't reserve. I think they did before lockdown, I think they used to, but now it's just become so popular and so busy, it just doesn't work out for them to do reservations and booking tables. So it is just turn up and find a table. But as you can imagine, it is so busy in the cafe, and it's such a small, they've got the garden area and the inside area. It's such a small area, and they're trying to custom for so many people. There will be a wait. People do ask me when's the best time to go, when's quieter, when's not. It's always busy, so you most likely will find yourself having to wait for a table. Again, I get asked, how long is the wait for tables? That really depends on how busy it is. Like if you're going during a school half-term holiday or like during term, all of this will factor into how busy it is. But yeah, it really just depends on when you're going, depends on the busyness. But I'd say approximately average, the wait does seem to be like 15 to 20 minutes. Depending, they are quite good at getting through. But what they are really good at, that I do every time when I go and I'm waiting for a table, they'll take your name and then they'll let you go off and look around the museum, the gift shop, and then once a table is cleared, they'll come and call your name and then you can come to your table. Whatever time they tell me it's waiting, it always feels like it goes so much quicker than the time they tell you. I have been there before in the queue and people start complaining about having to wait, and it's just so rude. And honestly, I just find that so rude that people complain about having to wait. Like, you can see it's a popular place, everyone's here for the same reason that you are. It's a small place, there's only so many staff, there's only so many tables. Just be patient and go with it, and you can use the time you're waiting to be looking around the gift shop, looking around the museum. There is so much to see in the museum, so you might as well, and then before you know it, your table will be ready. So yeah, unless you're booking for like an afternoon tea, they do work on a first come first serve basis. Point number 3 I get asked a lot: how do you get from Pooh Corner to Pooh Bridge? Now, there's 2 ways of doing this. Way number 1 is you can walk there. As I've already mentioned, I have never done this. It is quite a walk, but if you're up for it, I definitely recommend doing it. I have heard lots of people say good things about the walk. And when you're in Pooh Corner, speak to the member of staff at the till, and they do have maps for you and they can easily help you in the direction of where to go. I have never personally walked from the cafe to the bridge, so I wouldn't exactly know. I think it pretty is much straightforward to get there, but I'm not going to tell you how to do it because I've never done it. But they are more than helpful at the cafe, and they'll give you a map to help you on your way. The other way is to drive. It's literally like less than a 5-minute drive to the Pooh Bridge car park, and then once you're in the car park, it's pretty much self-explanatory how to get there. There is a big sign saying Pooh Bridge, and you just follow the track down. As you're going down, keep an eye out. So from when you're walking from the car park to the bridge, look out to your right. It's quite a way down, but there is Owl's house and Piglet's house. There's also unofficially Eeyore's house. I say unofficially, it's just people go there and make stick houses for Eeyore's house, whereas Piglet's house and Owl's house are actually things there, so do keep an eye out for them. When you're on this walk, there are 2 bridges. People get quite confused which bridge is Pooh's bridge. After you've seen Piglet and Owl's house, you will immediately come across a bridge. That is not the bridge. That is not Pooh's bridge. That's just a random bridge. You can cross it and not worry about it and keep walking. You just keep following the track round and you'll come to the bridge, Pooh's bridge. You'll know it's Pooh's bridge because there'll be signs on it explaining how to play Pooh sticks. Now, no matter what the weather, whatever time of year it is, whenever I go to Pooh Sticks Bridge, it always seems to be very busy. So again, just be patient. Everyone there wants a turn playing Pooh sticks on the Pooh Bridge. So just be patient, wait your turn, and also obviously everyone is wanting photos on the iconic bridge. So just, you know, be mindful of others, let them have their photo, and then it'll be your turn. And obviously everyone's going there wanting to play Pooh sticks, but something to keep in mind is either bring sticks with you, so when you're out and about walking at home, maybe start a collection of sticks to bring with you, or when you're walking from the car park to the bridge, be looking out on the floor for sticks. The people at Pooh Corner are so big on this, and there's so much protection around the Ashdown forest, so much protection around it for like all the wildlife and preservation of the forest. So just do be mindful to nature and don't break off branches from trees and bushes. Only play Pooh sticks with things that you can find on the ground. Just be kind to nature. Don't go breaking things off of trees. But the staff from Pooh Corner are very good at this. Every few weeks they will voluntarily go down to the bridge and clear sticks out of the river and then put them in a bucket by the bridge for people to use again. Okay, so now we have come to Pooh Bridge. We have played Pooh sticks. Instead of turning around and going back to the car park the way we came, you're going to continue over Pooh Bridge up the track and keep walking. Keep an eye out on your left and you'll see a little clearing in the hedges and there will be Pooh's house. Now, I haven't been yet this year, but on my last visit last year, unfortunately quite a bit of his house had been broken. People had broken off the door on his mailbox, and every time I go something is different about it. So please do just be careful with it. His mailbox will open. Lots of people do leave things in the letterbox for Pooh and then the staff will come and collect it. Yeah, just be careful opening it. Last time I was there it was broken, but they do come along and fix these things. And then there is the little door to Pooh's house. People do put plushies in there of Pooh. So yeah, just be careful of things. Leave things where you found them and how you found them. I know it feels very obvious to say that, but every time I go something seems to be broken and it just feels very sad that people don't respect it. So yeah, if you've done the walk from the cafe to the bridge, you'll come across Pooh's house first and then you'd have to go over the bridge to find the other houses, or as if you'd come from the car park, you find the other houses first and then the bridge and then Pooh's house. So as I'd mentioned earlier, there is another car park a little bit further up the road, and this is called Piglet's Car Park, and this is what takes you to the Enchanted Place. So this is the place where Christopher Robin takes Pooh Bear to say goodbye to him. Probably one of the most emotional parts of the whole Winnie the Pooh story. And this place is really special for your visit here, obviously because it's got that special place in the story. But it's also got a little plaque dedicated to A.A. Milne. I'll include a little picture of it here for you. It's really beautiful, very sweet, having that little memorial there. And when you're reading the memorial and then you look up, you've got the entire view of the Ashdown Forest, the 100 Acre Woods. Which, fun fact, the 100 Acre Woods is actually 6,500 acres. A lot bigger than 100 acres. So after you've seen the view of the whole forest and the A.A. Milne Memorial, and there's also just a couple of other things to look out for. They're not really big landmark things, so if you're not like really into Winnie the Pooh, most people just walk past them. But I believe that is detailed out on the map that you can get from the cafe. There is Rue's Sand Pit and the trap for the heffalumps and woozles. It just looks like overgrown bushes and, you know, just sand. But those are the places that like Christopher Robin used to play at and that like he created as Rue's Sand Pit and the trap. So yeah, they're not like obvious marked out things, but I think they do point them out on the map that you can get. I don't think I have got a map somewhere, but I couldn't find it before this. But when you've got the Enchanted Place with the memorial, like when you're coming up from the car park, that's like on your right, and then the Rue's Sand Pit and Heffalump Trap is like a little bit further up on your left. When you're coming up, if you've parked in the Piglet's car park for this, it is quite confusing when you get there. You will follow like a track up from the car park through some overgrown fields, and it feels like you're on a bit of a bush tucker trial trying to get through it, battling all the hedges. But yeah, then when you get out of it, you just turn left up the hill and you'll kind of see where you're heading there. If you've walked from Pooh Bridge, you'll obviously follow the track. If you did park in the car park, try and remember where that opening is to get back to the car park. Point number 4 was the character houses. I feel like I've already talked over that. You've got Piglet's house, Owl's house, unofficially Eeyore's house, and Pooh's house. I feel like I've already talked about them. But yeah, a lot of people do miss them. Every time I'm there, I do seem to be helping people that like I walk past on the walks and like, you know, overhearing people's conversations. I do seem to like always give people a little nudge in the right direction because so many people miss it. So yeah, do keep your eyes peeled because they are quite easy to miss. That is everything that I had noted down, but if you have got any other questions that you would like to know if you are planning a visit down there, do just leave them in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer them for you. And I have actually got a trip planned in less than 2 weeks. I am heading down there, so if there's anything you'd like to specifically see or for me to cover while I am there so I can include it in the vlog, do also just let me know. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. As I said, this is something I do get asked about a lot, so I hope this has been helpful and useful. As I said, if there's anything else you would like to know, just do leave a comment or you can pop me a message on Instagram and I'll be more than willing to help. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, please do pop that thumbs up button, and if you'd like to see more from moi, do click subscribe down below, and while you're down there, don't forget to ding the notification bell. I mean, might as well. You do down there, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye!